Good morning, Imani. This is Marcy Mitchell, and it is my great pleasure to lead you through the 1010 meditation this morning. So now is your time to get centered and go within before the service begins. It's a great time to set aside any of your worries or your to-do lists and really become present before the service begins. So right now, wherever you are, take a moment to assume the position. Put your feet flat on the ground. Sit up nice and straight, with your spine straight. Allow your eyes to close if that feels comfortable. And cross your legs and arms, opening all channels to receive and to be in flow. Receive that cleansing breath in, receiving the air through the nostrils, slowly filling the belly and lungs. Pause briefly at the top of the breath, and then slowly release the air. Breathing out. When we breathe out, it's our opportunity to calm our nervous system. Receive another breath in. Again, filling the belly and the lungs. Taking your time. Pausing at the top of the breath. Before again releasing. Letting all of that air flow back out of your lungs, out of your belly. Feel yourself becoming calmer. Take a final deep breath to really set the stage for meditation. Focusing on the reception of air and the release of air. And as you center and connect with your inner self. You may hear my dog barking at the fence with another dog. There's always going to be sounds and little disturbances that might fight for our attention. What our goal is to return our attention within. Hear a dog barking, just let that be. Hear children playing, just let that be. Return to the breath and focus within as we prepare for our time of meditation. Today, let's focus on something to release, something to let go of. Well, this is your meditation, so you can focus on whatever you want. But if you choose, think of some habit, some nagging thought, some belief that you've taken on that is no longer serving you, or perhaps never served you. And let's focus on releasing it, letting it go. You can visualize yourself holding an image of representing this belief, whatever it is. And then focus on releasing it. Lifting your hands up, spreading them wide, presenting this gift, and letting it go. So let's take a few moments in meditation as you visualize yourself releasing something that does not serve your highest and best good. Now slowly bring your awareness back to the space where you are. You can begin by wiggling your toes and wiggling your fingers, feeling your bodysuit and your presence in it. As you return to a more intentional awareness, I hope that you were able to release something and set that intention. This is really the way we make steps forward. We take one step at a time, and we set the intention for the good that we want to bring in, and then just take steps forward towards it. So thank you for meditating with me today. The service will begin at 10:30. Today we have the wonderful Reverend Pixie DeFore speaking, and we will be returning to the space next week on February 20th with N95 masks in place and the patio open for anyone who wishes to be outside. So thank you again, Amani. I look forward to seeing you in person. Namaste.
Something here is calling us forward, upward motion with drops in one ocean. Roll on. Will you rise up with me today? Lift up your voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Live your dream with the highest calling. Be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gift with the world that's waiting for a chance that we're all creating. It's the moment for our greatness. Let's stand together now. Hey. Every day's a chance you can do something amazing. Feel your passion blazing and shine, yeah. Paint with every vision and dance a new direction. Explode to new heights in your mind. Oh, will you rise up with me today? Lift up my voice and boldly say, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Live your dream of the highest calling. Be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gift with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's the moment for our greatness. Let's stand together now. Hey, hey, hey. One dream, one voice, one heart, one world, one dream, one voice, one heart, one world, one dream. Stand, one voice, stand, one heart, stand, one world. Live a dream of the highest calling. Be the hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gift with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's the moment for our greatness. Let's stand together now. Live a dream of your highest calling. Live a hope of a new day dawning. We're the ones who can make a difference. Let's stand together. Share your gift with the world that's waiting for a change that we're all creating. It's the moment of our greatness. Let's stand together now. Stand, 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 stand.
Big sigh. Awesome. Thank you, Ascension. Thank you all for playing along. Okay. So my name is Marcy Mitchell. It's my great pleasure to welcome you all to the Imani Center today, including our live stream crowd. Thank you for being with us. It's so good to be back together. We have a nice full room, and the energy is just wonderful. So we like to begin all of our Sunday experiences with our vision statement, which we're going to read aloud, so please do join me. We are an inclusive spiritual community dedicated to raising consciousness and transforming lives. And so that's something that we take very seriously here at the Imani Center, and we take it very joyfully too. And we accomplish it through classes, through our Sunday experience, through workshops, through all kinds of events and ways that we come together to be in community and live that vision statement. And you're going to hear some more about what's happening with that in a few moments. But another thing that we do is treatment or affirmative prayer. And we have a circle of light made up of our ministers and our practitioners. And if you're in the circle of light, would you just stand or raise your hand, let everyone know where you are? We got a nice big group today. So these are people that are just, they've done years and years of training in knowing the truth for you, praying with you, for you, and so that's why we're here. So if you've got anything today that's weighing on your heart, that you really want to put down, or something you're trying to bring in, something you'd love to manifest, and that includes if you're online, drop a note below, or if you're in the room, find one of us, one of the Circle of Light after service, and sit down for a complimentary affirmative prayer and release, bring in whatever it is you want to know. Let us help you remember the truth of who you are. Okay, so I'm going to ask Nicole to come up and do our announcements.
Hello, Amani. The energy in
Over
here is just amazing today. I'm so happy. We're so happy to see you all. So exciting. All right, so you know what? Really quickly, I just wanted to give a plug for the Circle of Light. I have taken advantage of affirmative prayer with the Circle of Light, and every single time I have, you know, it's been a heavy last couple of years. I think we all feel that. And it has helped me tremendously. And just the fact that they're there, I know that they're praying for us behind our backs, so to speak, but in a good way. And I'm so, so grateful for that. So please, if you are in need, even if it's not something that you're struggling with, if it's something that you'd like to bring into your life, that you just like some support on, take advantage of that, all right? Here is our February schedule here. Today, we have the lovely Reverend Sherry Wynn with us, sitting right in the front row here. And get ready, because your heart will be full. She always knows exactly what to say, brings the message. She would say that it's not her bringing the message. And here's our March schedule. All right, so on March 6th, we are expecting Karen Drucker to speak for us. Virtual. Thank you. Thank you very much, Marcy. Yes, that will be our all virtual service. So please check Karen Drucker out via live stream on Facebook or YouTube. All right. Then on March 13th, we have our ministerial intern, Mitch Austin. If you've listened to Mitch speak before, he always brings it. Oh my goodness. We were in tears last time we heard him speak. March 20th is Reverend Pixie Dufour, who is absolutely incredible, always bringing us amazing wisdom. And again, on March 27th, our wonderful Reverend Sherry Wynn. Yes. And let me really quickly, if you could go back to that slide, I just want to point out the theme for March is authentic, brave, and kind. Powerful words. Thank you. Okay, so, you know, tremendous gratitude, you guys, for wearing your masks inside the space. I know that we have a bunch of different messages going on. I think the most important thing here is that we are protecting our most vulnerable people. So thank you so much for doing that inside the space. And outside, of course, masks are completely optional. So thank you for continuing to be patient with us on that one. And today we have our annual meeting potluck. And that's a duo there. You get to eat some food and then come and hang out with us and provide your feedback, provide your input. And gosh, this is probably like the 5th time I've said this, but you are Amani, and this is for you. We are here to serve you. So we would love to know what it is that fills you up, what it is that you'd like to see at the Amani Center. So come and hang out with us and, you know, tell us. We are open ears, open hearts, so ready for that. So join us after service today if you have the time. And yay, the Vision Board Workshop. I am super excited about this. I will be coming to the Vision Board Workshop. Rebecca Dugan will be hosting the Vision Board Workshop.
I think Becca wants to talk about it.
Oh, I did not know that. Please, come up.
I'd like to invite you to the Amani, the 5th annual Vision Board Workshop. And what we are doing is the universe reads your intention through your attention. So we are creating a visual framework with words and pictures to attract that into our life, which we want to manifest. And so I'll be doing release processes and visioning processes. And come join Marcy and I. We're always there. She's always there. And we'll tell you stories about what we've manifested in our life from travel to health to career and relationships and more. So thank you. And do go ahead and register online because I buy poster boards for everyone and I bring glue sticks. So thank you. See you there.
Yes, please. Exciting. We have another Daniel Namod concert coming Friday, March 11th at 6:30 p.m. All right. I have yet to go to a concert like this. I just learned we will probably be able to be there because we're not traveling. So that was a download that I got that we're not to go on this trip. So please join us if you can on Friday, March 11th at 6:30. Tickets, will there be a link, Marcy?
It's on the website
It's on the website.
in our Discover Center.
Okay. So on our website, amanicenter.org, you can find the link to purchase tickets for this event. So please come and be filled with the music, the energy, the love. All right? All right, you guys. This, I am just so excited about. We have a surprise for you if you decide to stay for our annual meeting afterward. We are going to be revealing our new vision statement for the Amani Center. And, you know, words are super powerful. You all know that. And I just think we all can't wait to share. So please wait for that. And we'd also love to welcome our new board member at large, Gina. Where are you? Oh, right in front of my face. Oh, we have some lovely roses for you. Would you like to say something, Gina?
As the president of the board, I'd like to introduce Gina. She's the heart of us, and we're so blessed to have her on our board. So thank you so much, Gina. This is a lovely piece for you to enjoy at home. Thank you so much. You're going to be a great.
She's going to read her oath of office.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
I, Regina Miller, accept this position on the Board of Directors of the Amani Center with an open and willing heart. I always will do my best to perform the duties and responsibilities that are mine as a member of the board and to promote understanding, clear communication, and a sense of fellowship with members of the spiritual community. I dedicate myself to actions and decisions that are consistent with my personal values and that promote only the highest and best good for this board, our ministers, and the Amani Fellowship. In partnership with my fellow board members and our ministers, I accept the responsibility of this position on the board of directors of the Amani Center in a spirit of trust, love, and divine purpose. And I agree to fulfill the requirements of board membership as stated in the Amani Center bylaws. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Nicole.
Enjoy service, you guys.
Awesome. Thank you. Welcome, Gina. We're so glad to have you. Okay, so I think it's time to bless the service. All right. Am I right? Yes. Okay. So now let's just bring it in a little bit. If you're comfortable, allow your eyes to close. Put your feet flat on the floor to ground into Mother Earth. And just receive that cleansing breath. And releasing it, becoming fully present in this moment, in this space, in this time. That is all there is. We just know our complete and utter connection with the one divine spirit that is all that exists and that all of us are part of. We can call it God or the universe or nature or science or anything we want to call it. But it is that recognition of this one beautiful, abundant, loving power, energy that is flowing through each and every one of us, connecting us, supporting us, guiding us, lifting us, bringing us everything we need, just when we need it, in order to live our purpose on this planet. And so I know that that's exactly what we're doing here as a community. We are showing up with open hearts, open minds, a willingness to do the work, whatever it is that we are called to do, and an utter understanding of our connection, our abundance, our love, the truth of who we are as divine emanations on this planet. And so I know that today's service unfolds divinely. I know that everyone who showed up is here for their purpose, and everyone who's tuning in, and that each and every one of us hears exactly what we need to hear, and we feel the high vibration we've come to feel. We are led by the music and the message and the connection. And I am so grateful for this truth. I'm grateful for the Amani Center, this place where we come together. I'm grateful for our musicians, our technical crew, all of our practitioners, our ministers, our board members, our volunteers, and each and every person showing up here today, whether in the space or online, or just in the ethos, in the greater mind, knowing that we are all one and that we are all here for our purpose. And so in great gratitude, I release my word into the law. I know that as I speak it, it is already unfolding, it is already done, and all is truly well. And together we say, and so it is. Now I'm going to ask our practitioner of the day to come up and do our affirmation. Do you want this on here? Is that easier? I think you're going to have to turn around because it's not on the TV.
Thank you, technical people. I'd be lost without you. Good morning, Amani, and everybody that's online with us. I am excited to be here. I am Kathy Wilson, the practitioner of the day. We are going to be doing today's affirmation, and 3 times. The first time with enthusiasm, love, energy. The second time with a quiet voice to yourself. And the third time, please say the third time, please go within and listen to my words as I speak it out loud. Let's begin. I cooperate with the infinite power of love and willingness in harmony with all life. I cooperate with the infinite power of love and willingness live in harmonious relationships with all life. I co-create with the infinite power of love and willingness willingly live in harmonious relationships with all life. Brought to us by the amazing Reverend Sherry Wynn. Thank you.
We want to dedicate this next song to anyone suffering in the Ukrainian conflict. If you could please pray for them while we pray.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I'll wait for these precious moments, and I'll hear all that can never be said. And right here in this precious moment, I find God. I find myself. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I'll wait for these precious moments, and I'll hear all that can never be said. And right here in this precious moment, I find God. I find myself. I find God. I find myself.
It is time for our meditation. And in the silence, we absolutely know that the love, the support, the nurturing, the growth of God is in, as, and through all of us. I invite you to take into your heart all those people that might be suffering right here and right now. Include yourself as well, knowing that peace of mind and healing is what we are intended for. That the love and the peace and the healing is greater than any circumstance, any condition. Peace, healing, peace, healing. Enjoy your meditation. There is only one mind, one divine energy that creates everything, everywhere. There is no place where the energy of God is not. I absolutely know this as truth. And as I know it is true for me, it is also true for you. We are the physical, emotional, spiritual representatives of the divine mind. And as such, we go forth shining our light of peace, healing, and a knowingness that all is well, that this too shall pass, and God is good, and we are good. Each and every one of us makes a difference in the divine world, in our world, being the light that shines bright, smiling at a stranger, reaching out to a friend that is hurting. This is our purpose. And I am so grateful for this purpose. I thank Spirit, God, Allah, whatever name you call it. It is all one divine mind. Thank you. Thank you so much for allowing each and every one of us to receive the gifts you so beautifully and freely gave us. The spirit of compassion, the spirit of hope, the spirit of love. Thank you, thank you. I release my word into the universal law, knowing this is so. It is already done. And together we say, and so it is. Another song from us.
Kind friends are gathered round. Something I would say. What brings us together here has blessed us all today. Love has made a circle that holds us all inside. Strangers are as family, but loneliness can't hide. You must give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and laughter and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. I've walked these mountains in the rain, learned to love the wind. I've been up before the sunrise just to watch the day begin. And I always knew I'd find you, though I never did know how. Like sunshine on a cloudy day, you stand before me now. So give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and laughter and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Love is born in fire. It's planted like a seed. Love can't give you everything, but it'll give you what you need. Love comes when you are ready. Love comes when you're afraid. It will be your greatest teacher, the best friend you have made. So give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, and so now it is my great pleasure to introduce today's speaker, our wonderful minister and just heart of the center, Reverend Sherry Wynn. Love you.
What a beautiful thing to see all of you. Boy, that music just breaks our hearts and cracks us open so we can carry a little more love, a little more light. So my talk today is about the love paradigm, which quite frankly, I'm still learning about. We're in a learning process now, escalated. And we're called to not fall apart so much that we buy into fear because it's loud. If we're still here on this place and at this time, we agreed to be here. And I want us to take a moment and put our left hand over our hearts and allow your own awareness to open wide, to know that on this planet and with many other planets, many other dimensions, we are not alone. We are universally connected one to another. So every time we feel lost or alone, remember we are in the company of great masters here and on the other side. There are many places on the planet that house sacred beings whose only intention is to give of their own divine presence for the good of all life. That is what we are here to do and what we are here to serve. Being in community and remembering to connect with one another will help us through these times. There is no one here whose heart has not been touched or broken more and more and more through all the things that we have passed through. But again, it's so that we can contain and bring more into our own awareness, into our own vehicles. It may be that we're sent out into the world in our workplaces, or to the grocery store, or on the phone, or in classes, or quietly in our own places. But the most important thing that we need do is to take the time and make the effort to find our own source, our own divine connection. We are more and have always been more than our physical bodies, our feelings, and this container. You know that. It's time to remember it, because there are many people who don't know that, who don't entertain that as a possibility, who only know suffering and fear and are so gravely locked in it that they cannot see a way out. It's ours to know the truth for them, even when they can't, when they are the perpetrators and the activity of violence and atrocities. They are so far down the rabbit hole that they actually believe that that's the way. So sad. Don't you wake up some mornings and go, why am I still here? And it's not like we have a death wish, but when we look out on the greater world and we're aware of, and so many people are out there in fear, and they're yelling about it and screaming about it, and they have reasons why they're there. Know that this time is exactly as it should be. In order for what is new to fully transform and become the next manifestation, all the disease of the mind, all the harm that has been perpetrated, all that nasty stuff must be done with, must die. And in the dying process, in the unfolding of it, we are asked to be steady, hold steady, hold steady. So a paradigm, a system of beliefs, ideas, values, and habits that is the way of thinking about the real world. Well, I believe that people think the real world is this. This is the result of the paradigmal thinking in all classes and cultures that has become a manifestation that is so out of order. The real world is found in our interior life, where we find the way back into our own source. And no one can do it for us. We must find a way, and then we must trust that the way we do it is exactly as it should be. We can look to teachers and masters and others to help us along the way, or to have conversation about how we do it, but the way to the divine is our own. And we must be brave enough to follow the leading of our own inner voices. The inner voice of compassion and kindness and love and peace and well-being in the midst of all of it. The important question you must have for yourself is, how do I get to that higher self? You know, if we're not asking the right questions, we're not getting the right answers. When we're asking, why is the world like this? Does it matter? It is like that. The matter is, what can I bring to it in a different way? And so you have to ask the questions that are most relevant to what it is your purpose wants to bring through you. And then be brave enough to do it. I say that, and I'm like everybody else. I have what it is that I'm to do, and then along with it is all the unraveling in my own awareness, in my family, in my body, in my psyche, in all places. The unraveling of what is old, fat, old and out of date is dying. But when we put our attention on it and we make it real and we tell a story about how awful it is and how bad it is and something should be done about it, we've lost our way. To do something means to find who you are as the divine in expression. That's it. That's our mission, our purpose, and our life. And we must learn how to be that more and more and more. And trust me, all the stuff that has been buried and laid in secret places is out. Do you know that intergalactic beings are on the planet now? Do you know that beings from other planets are on the planet in physical form? They are. There are very many dimensions and worlds that accompany this little spot, this little being. When they say the veil's thin, it means that everything that we've put in the way of is being diminished. And to find a way to be on solid ground can be a tricky business. It can scare the right out of us when we hear different things. The mind, the ego. You know, it's not a bad thing to have an ego, but we need to be in company with it in a way that celebrates that it's going to be okay. You're going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Even if you drop this suit and go to the next place, it's going to be okay. All the people that are doing, it's going to be okay. We have to minister to ourselves through love and compassion and kindness. So when we see that the ego is dominating our attention, that's the one that talks about I, me, mine, I'm afraid. And this. When the higher consciousness dominates us, we're not in such a tight spot. We're a cup that's overflowing. All of a sudden, we don't have to go and look for what it is that we need. The universe is bringing it to us. That's an important thing to remember. How many times do we need to pray to ask for help? Help's arrived. It's here. However it shows up on your doorstep. Maybe help looks broken today. Maybe help is in a relationship with somebody that, rattles the chains right on you. Maybe that's the opportunity to remember how powerful you are and how, even though the ego doesn't know how to do it, the divine self of you knows how to be in that relationship in a way that not only supports you, but supports them. And to trust that. And to trust that what you're given, maybe the task might be to say, no, that's not mine. Isn't that the hardest one? With the people that we love? No, that's not mine, and I'm not going to pick it up and do it for you, but I'm going to remember that the divine in you knows how to do your life. And so I'm not going to be afraid with you. I'm not going to find the way in the ditch with you. I'm going to find a way to stay steady in the storm. Here's the nice thing. Our higher self, our infinite self, has been with us since the time of our original inception. And everything that we needed was downloaded into us then. There are no missing parts. no missing pieces. We just need to remember that we can call it up again. Call it up again and again when the newscasters and the whole world is insanely mad. We know what insanity is. It lives close to us. It shows up in our own thoughts and our feelings. It's not far distant, but that's ours to remake. That's ours to say, okay, look at that old paradigm. What's the new paradigm? One life, one existence, one love, one peace, one universal presence, named an infinite number of things, and resides in all life equally. No favorites, equally. So, what is it that you're willing to do to find your source? How badly do you want a world of peace? Well, then wake up every morning and begin your conversation with, Source, show me who I am. Show me who I am. Lead me. Last night before I went to bed, because there was a lot going on in my field yesterday trying to get prepared. What am I going to talk about? Oh, I'm going to just talk about writing and reading and putting all this stuff down. And that's all for my ego to get calm enough that I will feel brave enough to just be what it is that wants to be said. So Deepak Chopra and I had a time yesterday where I listened, and I had to go back and listen to it over and over and over again because my ego was so engaged. It was so engaged in whatever nonsense was going on that I had to listen to it over and over and over again. It's almost like we have to work with that part of ourselves that is so conditioned to not trust, conditioned that we don't know. What if we just woke up and went, I do know? And then the tribe of the don't knows inside you shows up. Right? Because we're challenging the old paradigm, and if there's only one life, that paradigm lives in, through, and as us also. And so it's ours to create a new vibration, find a new source, find a new connection, find a new way in to have this relationship with the source as us. Without our connection to the higher source, we will just be doing this round of what we're concerned about over and over and over and over and over and ad nauseum because we're infinite beings. So every round that we come, we have an opportunity to engage in our connection with the higher source, so more and more of the truth of our being, we can contain that in our vessel while we go through the manifestation of wherever it is and in whatever place we are doing it. Because that is where true freedom and liberation and peace and compassion and kindness live. It's true, we're unique beings to our own self, but we have a common thread, a common life, because the divine lives in, as, and through us, all life. Even when it's malformed. And we can see how malformed it is. Are we strong enough? Well, if the ego's not strong enough, that's okay, because the source as us is. It relates to everything and everyone in the most perfect way. No way could my ego understand to do it, but if I surrender that small part of me to allow the higher self in me to come forth, then I'm in a good learning position. I begin to see how it actually does work and that it is good and it benefits all life, not just me, but all life. So take a moment now. If we're in we're in a place where we're creating a new paradigm, a new shift in consciousness, a new elevation into consciousness, what is it that you want to bring to this paradigm? So put your hand over your heart again, and just for a moment, listen within your own self. I'll be quiet. As it comes up, speak it out loud. Don't be shy. Let's just all make a little rustle of noise and sounds about what it is you're going to bring. Say it out loud now. Good. Keep going. Go. Yes. Yes. Those people at home, too. Say it out loud. Say it out loud again. Yes, 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 yes. This is what it's like to be fearless. To be vulnerable in the company of others. And to show up and claim, I will be peace, I am peace. And then they may see you someday when you're not. Right? But because we're in company together, we're going to remember that that's theirs, that we're seeing it for them and with them, even when they're not unable. We don't say to them, oh, yeah, you said in church that you were going to be peace, and look at you now. You know, that's the old ego. When for some reason we fall down and we put that old hat on, that old paradigm on it, we're not there to beat one another up. We're there, hey, friend, I think you forgot. Because I see the real you. This is a gift that you can give yourself, that you can say that I, as spirit, see you. That I see through the veil, that I see you, that we see one another. And we're not afraid to be seen, even when we're messy and out of order. That thank you for seeing me and reminding me. Gosh, I needed that. So this gift to yourself of being your higher self, each person is responsible to their own higher self. That is the only way that we will make this change. It's not an outside-inside job, although we will be called to do things on the outside, but it's how we bring ourselves to the world that makes this change. We all have our gifts. We all have our magic wands. We all have our talents and our treasures. And we're to wear them on the outside now, just not on the inside. We're to wear them on the outside. If it's your day to be the fool and make everybody laugh, because that's your divine gift, then put on your red nose and your floppy shoes and go out and do that. If you're to make a noise that rattles up the cages of everybody, go out and do that. You know? If you're to be sweet and silent and kind and just be the container and set your roots down into Mother Earth and let the crown open and you just be the light, then do that. There is an infinite number of ways to do that. Do that when you come to classes and you share with one another and you read and you get the insights and you share that. Or you come to Rise Up with with Mitch and you do that process, bring all of yourself. When you're in Rebecca's visioning board, don't be shy. Do it in a big way. Be so big and bright that right before you, that which was painful and scary just melts and becomes nothing. You're all masters. We've been playing small. You're masters of your own divine source as you. Even if only you got this much of it this time. That's still, in that this much is the all of life. See, it's not in a bigger portion. All life is right there in the smallest grain of sand to the largest galactic universe is the same source that is completely whole and has access to infinity in all its forms. So I want to read something. This is in relationship to the world looking like a victim, people looking like victims, to the victim consciousness that is playing out on our planet. We gave to this victim consciousness. We participated in it, whether we did it consciously or unconsciously, because we believed in separation. We believed in separation from source. We divided up the planet into nations with, we divided the whole of consciousness into separate little things. And we forgot that you can't separate the universal consciousness. It is whole in all places. So in giving up this victim consciousness or this hate consciousness or this difference consciousness, simple things, love and gratitude keeps us humble about our limitations, about the knowledge of the future. We really don't know the long-term outcome of any situation. Realizing this opens the way to surrender in an attitude of trust. And I'm asking you to surrender in an attitude of trust to your higher self. Because when you surrender to this, and your ego gets humble, and the whole of you gets humble, and then you remember, there's things that I remember in 23rd Psalm. Thou preparest a table before mine enemies. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. I will dwell in the house of the divine forever. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow every being everywhere for the infinite play of life as we serve the Holy One in all of us. I love you so very much. Namaste.
Thank you, Reverend Sherry. Okay. So now is our time for our joyful giving when we can support the Imani Center. We're just going to bring up some of the ways you can do that virtually. We are going to pass baskets in the room too. But just for those of you at home, there we go. You can text the word Imani to 44321. You can hit the donate button that's on our newsletter and all of our e-blasts. There's a donate button at our website, theamanicenter.org. You can use your bank app and set up a recurring check that comes out once a week or once a month or whatever works for you. And then you can still always mail us a check to our address here in Cameron Park, the Amani Center at 2558 Greenwood Lane, Suite number D, Cameron Park, California 95682. I believe Kristen is probably going to drop a link in a minute too. Yep. So a link should be showing up that you can follow to donate. And however you give to the Amani Center, we just appreciate it so much. We really can't do it without you. And it's so important for us all to be here together. So thank you so much for supporting us. Oh, right. So we have added these for all of those who already are donating online. If you've got something set up and you give digitally, but you want to participate energetically in the room when the basket come by, these are in some of those sweet seat backs. And it just says, I'm an online giver. And so it's something you can take out when Kathy comes up and she's going to bless the offerings. You can place this over your heart as if this was your check and just have a virtual representation of your giving. And then go ahead and put it right in the basket. And they'll just end up back in the seat pocket. So thanks for reminding me about those. Okay, I'm going to ask Kathy to come up and bless the offering as the baskets go through. Or actually, no, we'll sing first, then we'll pass baskets, then Kathy will come bless it. I think that makes sense. Let's do that.
Think of your fellow man, give him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. Yeah. If it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Yeah. Another day goes by and still the children cry. Put a little love in your heart. Yeah. Want the world to know we won't let hatred grow. Put a little love in your heart. Yeah. And the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Yeah, yeah. Take a good look around, and if you're looking down, put a little love in your heart. I hope when you decide kindness will be your guide, put a little love in your heart. Well, and the world will be a better place, and the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Yeah. Put a little love in your heart every day now. Put a little love in your heart. Yeah. Put a little love in your heart. Well, now. Put a little love in your heart.
Thank you, Ascension. That was beautiful. Love the energy. Okay, thank you. So I bless these tithes and gifts, knowing that prosperity is a consciousness, knowing that the energy of money pays the bills, allows us to keep our doors open, to do the work, all of the work, the inside work and the outside work, that we are all called to do. So I am so eternally grateful. Thank you, Amani. Thank you for all of those virtually that are supporting this wonderful and sacred place. And together we say, And so it is.
Thank you, Kathy. Yeah, we got kids.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Good morning, everybody. We had a really special class together today with Charlotte and Addie and our special guest musician, Kevin Amos. So we had so much fun because we had, about 8 or 10 different drums and percussion instruments to play with?
Yes.
Oh, you did?
Yes. It's awesome.
I hope you enjoyed it. And then we all made our own little shakers to take home today. And we had drums really from all around the world, from Africa, from Cuba, from Brazil, all kinds of different places, and learned a lot about drumming from Kevin. And so we also have an affirmation today that kind of incorporates the drums, and we all recognize that we all have our own drum beat inside of our bodies, which is our heartbeat. So can we say it together? My heart beats like a drum and brings peace to the world. Yeah, very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. Thanks, guys. Great job. Thank you, Kevin, for bringing some really cool content today. So I want to remind everyone that we have our potluck starting right now, and then we're going to have our annual meeting. If you're watching from home and you want to join, go to theamanicenter.org. There's a place to sign up and get the Zoom meeting. We will be Zooming that. So thank you all for being here, and now let's stand together and let's sing our closing song. Can somebody dance that slide?
Presence is here. The presence is here. Love and spirit prevail on each face. The presence is here. Amen. The presence is here. And I will meet you in grace. And I will meet you in grace.
And in grace we live. Go now and be the divine light that you were made to be. Be fearless in the ways that you share your light with yourself and others. And together we say, and so it is.